We wrap up our time with Esther Halt, President of Star Financial Solutions, with a discussion on the right way to invest. I can't believe it's been several months that have gone by so quickly. And over the past several months, we've discussed how investments might perform, how to diversify our portfolios, how to save for our children and grandchildren, and so much information you've been giving us, and it's all been wonderful. What is the best way for us to kind of wrap it up and tie that all together, Esther?
Well, as I always have said, the first thing you need to do is find a good, credible financial advisor with the experience and what you need in an advisor, somebody who you can sit and talk to.
Okay, and that really should start with Star Financial and you.
Well, I think so.
Absolutely. I mean, and I think that's what you do. I mean, just like anything else, a doctor, you want to go get a few opinions.
Correct.
But, you know, I think hopefully after hearing you all these weeks that our viewers will say, you know, I really like to sit and talk with her. So where are you located? Tell our viewers one more time.
I am on the corner of University Parkway and Whitfield, right in the Palmair Plaza, right over the drive-in for SunTrust.
All right. Very easy to get to.
Very easy. Big parking lot, have an elevator to go upstairs, very easy.
Excellent. Okay, so how should people tie everything up together that you've taught us over these past several months?
Well, you need to talk to an advisor.
Sure.
You need to find out, you know, what your risk tolerance is, what can you handle, and work with that person to put together a portfolio to manage your investments so that if you need income, you're getting income. You need to figure out how much of your money needs to be liquid. Maybe you don't need everything liquid. You know, what's going to bring you the income now, or if you need income later, you're planning for retirement.
Sure.
What's going to grow in a way that you can handle the downside, because some people can put a whole bunch of stocks in their portfolio, and when we have a correction, they can handle that, but some can't. So you really need to work with your advisor. You need to make sure you have different types of investments that are going to work together well in different types of markets.
Okay, so again, diversify.
Diversify, yes.
So there's no really basic rule of thumb. It really is an individual need.
Yeah, they used to say, and probably some advisors still say, that you should loan your age. And what that means is to have that percentage of your portfolio, so whatever your age is, in bonds. I don't believe that.
Okay.
Because sometimes bonds don't do so well. I believe that you should be invested for what your needs are. And you need to be invested based on what you can handle in the markets. You also need to look at economic factors, market conditions. There's so many things out there that come into play, where the interest rates are. How much money do you need to live on, and how much money is there that you can, you know, pull from for different things? What's your health like? What's your age?
Sure. Well, what types of investments would be in somebody's portfolio?
You can have stocks and bonds, of course. Then you can have mutual funds, ETFs,
what are ETFs?
Annuities. ETFs are exchange-traded funds. And they work a little differently than mutual funds, but it's also groups of sectors, groups of companies, groups of something.
And that's when you need a financial advisor
to help you all the way through that.
So many subcategories, right?
Yeah, and you have real estate, and then you have, you know, all kinds of things that can be in your portfolio.
All right. Now, when we look for deciding what's best for us, what do we focus on? There's no rule of thumb for what you're saying. I mean, it used to be your age. How much money you need to live on.
How much money you have.
How much money you have.
How much you have, because if you don't have a lot, then you're limited to certain types of investments. You know, somebody that has a lot, you know, a large portfolio, or you know, $1 million, you know, account can have certain types of investments that somebody with $5,000 can't have. So it's all different, and it just depends on where you're at, what you have, Is the money in IRAs? Is the money in regular individual accounts? Do you have people you want to leave your money to, or charities, or it's all of that?
Okay. Now we know that we all should have started saving yesterday. Okay. And for those who are still young and maybe haven't, coming to see you is a good way to start.
Correct.
And you know, not to suggest anything that you would say, but somebody should come and see you, even if they don't have a lot of money. You can lead them in the right direction or give them advice.
I have small accounts that start, and we put $50 a month in. And we start with something, and we get a mutual fund, and we put $50 a month automatically in an account to start off. And then I have very large accounts, people that have been doing this for a long time. It's the whole gamut.
All right.
I always say my minimum is I have to like you. And once I like you, I can work with you.
I love it. I love it. And what's your last piece of advice? I know you have to give a disclaimer, but before that, is there anything you'd like to add?
I always say the most important thing is that you have somebody that you can sit and talk to. And a lot of times, like for me, what I do with my clients or with people that come in, I look at what they have, and I look at what, you know, a lot of it's just translating what they already have. I think it's really important that you know what you have, why you have it, how it works.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for being with us. I've really enjoyed meeting you and learning about what you do, and I think you're a delight, and I hope that a lot of people come see you, because I know I will.
Well, thank you, and I've enjoyed being here, and I can't wait to work with you.
And we're going to read your disclosure as our one final time.
And as always, I believe you should work with a credible financial advisor who will work with you to make sure you are invested in a way that suits your needs. Feel free to call me for a no-obligation portfolio review.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us on this season of Aging Gracefully on Suncoast FYI. To find more tips from our local experts on any episode you may have missed this season, visit snntv.com under Programming. Keep watching SNN to find out when we'll be back with more tips from your local experts.